Hey, what you stand on? What if you take that ride tonight? Hey, what you stand on? What if you live or die tonight? Hey, what you stand on? Bottom line, gotta lead by example. Hey, what you stand on? What if you take that ride tonight? Hey, what you stand on? What if you live or die tonight? Hey, what you stand on? Bottom line, gotta lead by example. Hey, you know they did wrong.
Yo, what's going on with y'all, man? Another episode of Real Conversation Podcast presented to you by Real Conversations Podcast Network. Today, I know y'all want the drama and the, trending topics, but today we had to take a little step back. We got a special episode today titled The Real Drop on Diabetes. And today, I know y'all used to me guiding the show and, doing most of the hosting. But, the co-host today, he got a special connection with this episode and the title and what we talking about. And he been ready to spread the word about diabetes and, the pros, the cons, and how he's been dealing with it since a young age, since he was diagnosed. And, he want to tell his story. And he also want to let people know that's misinformed the difference between type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes. And also the future of diabetes and things of that nature. So without further ado, I want to bring on the co-host, the official co-host, my blood cousin Ky.Xen, and he gonna guide us through this journey. So let's get it. Real Conversation Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget. We in for another one. Let's go.
So what's good with it, cuz? What's
What
good
up,
with it?
welcome back. Welcome back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like today, like I told the audience, I'm kind of just gonna be, here just with you, just
Yes, sir.
sideline. So just break it down about diabetes. First off, we want to start from the beginning. Like, what is diabetes? And
Okay.
let the people know. Like you got to talk to the audience like they have no
Yeah,
idea
yeah,
what
yeah,
diabetes is.
yeah. So let's just start from the beginning. First off, diabetes is an autoimmune disease that attacks the pancreas. It attacks a certain cell in the pancreas called the beta cell. The beta cell creates the insulin that your body needs every day. Right? Well, somewhere along the line, people with diabetes, the beta cells get attacked and they all die out. So people with type 1 diabetes are no longer capable of making insulin on their own, which is why we have to take the shots and check our blood sugars to regulate it. Yep.
So with that being said, you broke down what is the actual disease of diabetes.
Yep.
Let the people know your journey with diabetes and how did it start and how are you going about it day by day.
Well, my journey with diabetes it's been up and down. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't the best diabetic for many years due to the fact that I didn't have it for my whole life. And getting into my story, I got it when I was 10 years old, 14 days before my 10th birthday. So I had already went through basically half of my life doing what I wanted, eating what I want, not having to worry about this disease. Well, 10 years old, that all changed. I was at football practice and the moms was just looking at me. My mama wasn't there that day. And the moms was just looking at me and they like, something ain't right. Like, he don't need to practice. Like, we ain't finna let him practice. So I had to sit that practice out. And mind you, before that even happened, I was peeing in the bed a lot. I was real thirsty at night, dehydrated, just drinking a lot of water. Like, it was unusual. And it was unusual for me to pee in the bed. Like, I didn't even do that as a little kid. So, you know, that had set some stuff off too, some concern. Cause like I say, that never happened in my life up until then. Well, that day after practice, went to school, and regular little school day. I'm on the playground for recess and whatnot. And all I remember is playing, and then I ended up blacked out. When I woke up, I was in the nurse office waiting for my people to come get me. And shit, after that, took me to the hospital, and I don't too much know what went down because I was out of it and they wasn't talking to me. But from what I heard, as soon as I got there and they heard what was going on with me, they basically, before they even tested it, confirmed I was type 1 diabetic. My mama, trying to push for it not to be that, was like, nah, check for other stuff. So they checked, but when they did that test for diabetes, I ended up with it. So that's how I got it. That's the beginning of it. Throughout life, it's been up and down. I mean, younger, throughout high school years and middle school years, whatnot, elementary, it wasn't bad, but I was always at school. With me being in school, the nurse had to give me my insulin. So it was no and then when I go home, you know, my mama was on top of it. So it was no missing shots. As I got older though, you know, me not knowing, not caring as much. I'm not even gonna say not caring as much. It's just I didn't believe what they was telling me when you hear it. I was young. They telling you could lose limbs, you'll get nerve damage, your body slowly kills itself. I didn't believe it. I was still, you know, active. I was still moving. I getting around easy and shit. Should have listened, but you know, you grow, you learn. But like I say, with that getting older, problems started to occur. I ain't even gonna say it was around 19. You feel me? I started my body to changing. Uh Started with my leg, I ain't gonna lie. You nerves in my legs, shit started to change, started to feel different. 2020, shit kind of just hit the fan with it. Like that was probably the beginning of the bullshit with the diabetes. 2020 when I had moved from Charlotte to Texas and all the healthcare shit was fucked up at the beginning, so I was missing medicine and uh yeah, that caused a lot of problems. So the last 2 years of my life, 3 years of my life, been trying to get back right and battling stuff in between them. Diabetes, because it's an autoimmune disease, it weakens your immune system. So I am more prone to catch shit easily. So that's something else I've been dealing with that diabetes brings. That's not fun. Having to deal with certain situations other people wouldn't have to deal with. Haven't talked about this publicly outside of some family members, but 2023 I had a staph infection and almost died early February from not from diabetes, but because of me having diabetes and my immune system being weaker, it attacked my body differently. And gratefully, I'm still here. Gratefully, nothing happened. Gratefully, the higher power let me make it through that. But that's shit that I gotta deal with, and that's been my life for the past year, really. Working and recovering from that. That was a real traumatic experience. That was a real traumatic experience. Be in the hospital that long, have to get out the hospital, still be on an IV. Uh, and dealing with the diabetes in between it. Like Diabetes causes a lot of problems, but at the same time, I can't complain about it. It's not as bad as other diseases people got. I can live as long as I'm taking my medicine, as long as I'm eating healthy, as long as I'm proactively doing the things I need to do, I can survive. So I'm never I'll never get too down about it because I still got my life, and there's people with diseases who lose their lives on a daily. But it still is a struggle with it. Still is a struggle with it.
Right. So as you just said that, to the audience that want to know, like, um, did you did you get diabetes from like a parent, or and if you have offspring, will your kids contract diabetes?
No. So in no way, shape, or form is diabetes hereditary, or will it be passed down to my kids just because I have it? So like I say, they don't know how you get it. They don't know what causes it, but they do know that's not the case. Like none of my family had type 1. Well, as you know, nobody had it until I got it. Like I'm the first one with type 1. And even on my father's side of the family, nobody had a history of type 1 diabetes or any diabetes. So it's nothing hereditary at all. It's just a unfortunate thing that millions of people go through. It's not just me. So let me put it out there. There's plenty of other people dealing with the same shit I'm dealing with. But yeah, it's not hereditary. It's just something unfortunate that we got dealt with. You feel me?
Right. Okay. And another question the audience might ask: is it common for people in your age group to have type 1 diabetes?
It's common for everybody to have type 1 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes doesn't have a age range, so to
Okay.
say. Type 1 diabetes, a baby could come out the womb with type 1 diabetes.
Okay.
So you could have it from birth. You could get it at 10, like I did. You could get it right after birth. It doesn't matter. Like I say, they don't know how you get it. Maybe it sits dormant in your body. Maybe we had it the whole time and it didn't attack until later. But yeah, yeah.
Okay, I feel you. So what you saying that let's go to another section that the
Okay.
people want to know about. Can you really explain the difference? Because you know a lot of people feel like it's all the same. So can you break
Yeah.
down the difference from type 1 diabetes and type 2?
All right. So to break it down, they're called the same thing, but they're not essentially. So with type 1 diabetes, like I said, it's an autoimmune disease. Your body doesn't create insulin at all. Your body is no longer capable of making insulin on its own. Hence to why I have to take the shots and other diabetics have to take the shots. With type 2 diabetes, it's more of a problem with what the person is eating, their exercise habits, the fat in your body. The insulin can't keep up with the fat, essentially. So it's more sugar in the body, which is causing the insulin not to work as well. So type 2, you can get rid of type 2. And most people who have type 2 diabetes aren't taking shots. So you could take a pill for type 2
Okay.
if it's not as bad. Now, when people get to the more severe cases, that's when you're taking the insulin shots. But most people just take a pill for it, and it can be controlled with a pill, exercise. And if you keep doing that, do the right things, it'll eventually go away. As to type 1, That's an autoimmune disease. My body doesn't create it, and I'll be with it until they come up with a cure. So,
All right. So speaking of coming up with a cure, um, we're gonna step into another question. Like with the future being so technology driven, and we got AI, we have things of that nature. Do you think it will ever come a time to where I'm not saying an absolute cure, but a type of treatment that will lower, I guess, lower the diabetes from type 1 diabetics, like so they can live a more quote unquote
uh,
normal life.
we got that already. Uh,
Okay.
if I had it, I would. If it was right, yeah, I'd grab it. That's like I wear insulin pump.
Mm,
So I'm not taking the shots necessarily. Every 3 days, basically, I change this little. It's like a little I call it like a little personal IV. Just a little needle. You stick it in, leaves the little. It's like an IV. Leaves a little thing in my stomach, and the pump reads my blood sugars from a continuous glucose monitor I have. So that monitor is always reading my blood sugars and always sending that to my phone and to the pump. Now, what the pump does is the pump reads the blood sugars and it's dosing me. It's giving me insulin throughout the day. So I'm not even worried about it. Like we have stuff like that now. Will these things get better with time? Yes. But I'm not gonna say it's gonna get better. The technology will get better, but getting rid of type 1 diabetes, seeing a drop off in it, I don't think it's possible just because, like I said, it's not something that's hereditary. It's not something that they could possibly cut out of humans. It's not, it's just a unfortunate circumstance that happens. Now, if they were able to find the root cause of diabetes, then we talking a different ball game, because then they can actually get down to trying to solve or reverse what killed the beta cells. Without the information of what killed the beta cells, there would never be a way to really stop type 1 diabetes from being a thing.
all right. Okay. We coming up on the 20-minute mark. Like I said, I appreciate you sharing your personal
Yes,
relationship
sir.
with diabetes, and I hope we answered a lot of people questions who misinformed on the whole type 1, type 2 diabetes and the difference between them. But like we want to end it out on a positive, motivational, inspirational type of vibe.
Of course, of course.
So, you know, I just want you to give some encouraging words to the next younger child that's 10 years old and he or she gets diagnosed with diabetes type 1. What
Okay.
would be your what would be some of your inspirational and motivational words to keep them going and help them see the light at the end of the tunnel?
Uh, First and foremost, I'll probably start off with telling them listen to what everybody tell you, because it's the truth. You may not understand it right now. Right now, you may not think it's fair. It's a life-changing situation, and it's not fair that you got to deal with it. But you're here, and it's what it is. And for the sake of you, this is what you got to do. Uh, I would also let them know, don't be afraid to talk to people about it. Don't be afraid to reach out and try to get help. I feel like if I would have got help a lot earlier, a lot of the stuff I went through with it, I wouldn't have went through. I feel especially kids who getting it later in life, they need somebody to talk to. So I would tell them, you know, talk to somebody, open up about it. You don't have to go through it alone. And that's probably the biggest thing I would let them know is you don't have to go through it alone. Uh, People may not physically be dealing with what you're dealing with, but you can talk to somebody about it and somebody will understand. Even if the majority of people don't, somebody will understand. So that's the biggest advice I give to them, man. Just stay healthy. Shit, open up if you need to and listen to what your doctor's telling you, because it's the truth.
All right, that's what's up, cuz. Like I said, I appreciate you sharing this personal journey of yours with diabetes.
Yes, sir.
Always end it out, man. Let them know where to find you. Let them know what you got going on.
Man, y'all know where to find me, man. Zen in Motion on Instagram, Ky.Xen on any platform revolving music, Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, all of it. Pandora. Uh, we in the studio working hard. Got a tape coming soon for y'all. So be on the lookout for that. And that's it, man. We just working hard. We trying to bring y'all new content every week. Keep it juicy, keep it updated, and shit, bring good media to the masses. That's it. That's all.
That's what's up, cuz. Hit me up on the back end. Love. Once again.
Yes, sir.
Till next time. Love. There y'all have it, man. The real drop on diabetes. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. Also, check us out on all audio platforms from Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere you find the audio of podcasts. You know, wherever you go to listen to your podcast, and make sure y'all check us out, the Real Conversations Podcast. We appreciate y'all. We will come back next week with the panel and talk about, you know, trending topics and all that. I just really want to touch on this subject of diabetes because it's a big thing. It's a epidemic. You know, we can't run from it. I know a lot of y'all have family members with diabetes, probably. So I just want to, you know, just spread some informational media and change the narrative on a lot of things. But with that being said, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. It's been your boy Smooth, co-host Ky.Xen. Another episode, Real Conversations. We out. Much love.